Good evening.
Good evening.
I really want to talk about 42 right now because I am very tired and because I'm exhausted and because now and again a Doctor Who story comes along that makes you go, oh, that's what I love about this programme. And that's how I felt tonight watching 42. And I think there's a number of reasons for that. I've always had an affection for this story. I've always enjoyed this story. And I think the thing that I most like about 42 is it's a very traditional Doctor Who story with a twist. And I think that, in actual fact, New Who, when it does something like that, it really works very, very nicely. And it's not a big twist like we've entered, romance has entered the scene, which is fine, which is cool. But that's sort of something that infuses all of New Who. And seasons that go on, especially when we get into Moffat, not that it's happened yet, but you know what I mean, where the stories twist into each other and all that kind of thing. No, what I'm talking about here is when you get what could be a Doctor Who story set in any era with this just something that makes it feel a bit modern and fresh. And that's what 42 does, with the conceit, of course, that the whole episode takes place over 42 minutes, bar the shouting. Now, obviously, for those that don't know, this was a spin on 24, which is a series that myself and the good Dr. Collins over there used to watch, where it was supposed to be in real time, which is always laughable because you always used to be able to get across like the middle of an American city centre in 20 minutes or less, barring adverts. But I love this story. It's just a straight up simple story, isn't it? It really doesn't have anything too deep or meaningful. It's just a really good story. There's Doctor Who that could be a Pertwee story. Ironically, this comes straight after the Lazarus Experiment as well, which I felt was very further. But this could be a fourth Doctor story. You could do a fifth Doctor story. The fifth Doctor could rant and rave about how the sun's a living being and you should have looked for it. And the sixth Doctor would have got all bombastic about it and sort of cross. And the seventh Doctor probably would have planned it years ago anyway, all that kind of thing. Here's my hot discovery on this episode. I think this is Martha's first story as a proper companion. And it suits her brilliantly. This is her best story so far, in my opinion. Martha's best story so far. And it could be any companion here. Now, that sounds like a slight against Martha, and it's not meant to be. I think she does a fantastic, Freema does a fantastic job in this story. I think that Martha plays the role of companion brilliantly here. But there's none of the pining and the whimpering and the yearning. And even the stuff that does sort of spill over into other stories, the phone calls back to Mom at home, really works really, really nicely. I buy into Martha being scared and upset. I buy into the little romance that she has with the crew member, whose name escapes me right now. And all that's really sweet. You've got Michelle Collins, who does a fabulous job as your main guest star here. I've always quite liked Michelle Collins. I'm not a big EastEnders person, but whenever she was in it, and on the odd occasion I have watched it, I always thought she was...
She did a programme called something like 32 Acres of Sky or something.
All right.
A certain number of acres of sky. And she was very good in that.
There we go. Then.
I used to watch it with my mummy.
So I just think there's an awful lot to like about this story. And there's actually not much else to say, really, which is a joyous thing, but... when a story like this just comes along, I don't know what fandom's take on 42 is. I don't see how fandom could not like 42. Let's find out. Lib, did you like 42?
I thought it was all right.
What held it back, Lib? What held it back?
I didn't think there was much sort of alien intrigue.
Yeah?
Because the alien wasn't very intriguing.
Yeah, okay. But...
and I don't love Martha.
oh, come on!
I mean, you said it's her best story so far. But that's not saying
oh,
in my view.
No. I think you've got to... come on. This is good stuff.
I just didn't think it was massively interesting.
It's thrilling.
It had adrenaline.
Yes.
But it didn't have intrigue.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay, though.
And that's okay sometimes.
You've got a drive. It's got a sort of energy to it.
What? It's a simple concept, isn't
Yeah.
it? And it didn't suffer from like having terrible effects or anything.
No.
Because there were none.
But I just think, yeah, well, okay. But I just think that...
I think there's a trope as well about being in space and the worst thing you can imagine is being jettisoned. That's always the peril, isn't it?
Well, I think it's quite
Like, what about
perilous.
the idea-
That
there's
scene.
got to be worse things, like being stuck in a roommate with someone with BO.
I think, well, maybe he did. No, I don't think he did. They're all sweaty. They must be sweaty. I thought Tennant should be sweating more when he went outside. I think that scene where the escape pod gets released and Murray Gold resists the urge to have a big orchestral thing and it's just quiet. That was brilliant. I really, really liked that. And of course, let's step in with our DT appreciation moment. I think the fact that Martha's on board as companion benefits DT as in his role as the Doctor. And
I think it's lame.
oh, what's lame?
I can't help it. The way he's like, oh, we've been on a couple of trips, now you're one of the crew.
Yeah, but she's good.
He's done that because he knows, or the people that make the TV know, that no one likes Martha.
No, that's not true. Martha's proved herself as a stand-up companion, and that's all she needs to be. She's a brilliant companion. Now, listen, I'm going to wrap this up now. This is a quick one because ultimately, what more can you say? This is just a fine episode of Doctor Who that does everything I want an episode of Doctor Who to do when I'm absolutely knackered after a long half term. It is about to get really good. There is something about when the Doctor says, I'm the Doctor. And even now, I feel it. That's sort of, oh, he's the Doctor. And she's the Doctor. Doesn't matter which one's saying it. I'm the Doctor.
I'm the Doctor.
I don't know what it is about those moments, but there's one in this. He just goes, I'm the Doctor. As if it's the most obvious thing in the world. As if it's just like a constant. You know, like Planck's constant. Is that biology or is that physics?
It's physics.
Oh, there you go then. So it's like a constant in the universe, isn't it? And it's just magnificent. And Tennant has I'm the Doctor in this. And I went, yeah, I'm tired. I'm emotional. It was beautiful. Yeah, I enjoyed 42. You should enjoy 42. 42 is amazing. No, it's not amazing. It's brilliant. 42 is exactly what I wanted it to be tonight. That's all I need to say. Bye-bye.